There are billionaires whose names echo through history. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Warren Buffett. But what if I told you there's a man worth over $13 billion who controls $72 billion in assets, yet almost nobody talks about him? His name is Michael Dorrell. And what if he's not just rich? What if he's the most dangerous man you've never heard of? Michael Dorrell recently emerged as one of Australia's richest individuals, debuting on the Australia's Richest 250 list with a fortune of $13.54 billion. But this is not just about money, it's about power. Dorrell co-founded Stonepeak, an investment firm that silently moves the gears of the world. Stonepeak doesn't just invest, it controls energy, infrastructure, and industries that keep economies running. While people chase after flashy billionaires, Dorrell stays in the shadows, pulling strings behind the scenes. He's not a celebrity. He doesn't seek attention. But his influence stretches across nations. This is not just another rich guy. This is a man shaping the world without you even realizing it. And you know what the most terrifying part is? You've probably never even heard his name until now. Michael Dorrell is a billionaire unlike any other. In a world where billionaires love the spotlight, launching rockets, buying social media platforms, and making headlines, Dorrell stays invisible. He has more money than some entire countries. Yet most people have never heard of him. His company, Stonepeak, controls over $72 billion in assets, influencing global infrastructure, energy, and essential industries. Unlike Musk or Bezos, who constantly make news, Dorrell doesn't tweet. He doesn't show up on magazine covers, yet the industries he dominates are the backbone of modern civilization. If a celebrity billionaire disappeared tomorrow, life would go on. But if someone like Dorrell decided to move his wealth in a certain direction, whole economies could shift overnight. Dorrell's low profile is not an accident. It's a strategy. True power doesn't come from being seen. It comes from being untouchable. Governments, corporations, and financial institutions respect and fear men like him. His influence is not in loud speeches, but in quiet boardroom decisions that change the world. He's not just a billionaire. He is a silent kingmaker. While the world watches distractions, he moves in the background, controlling the future. Let's dive right into his background. Michael Dorrell wasn't born into extreme wealth. He didn't inherit a billion-dollar empire or grow up in the spotlight. Instead, he built his fortune through strategy, intelligence, and an unmatched understanding of global finance. His rise to power is a story of precision, patience, and absolute control. Dorrell was born and raised in Australia, where he spent his early years shaping the mindset that would one day make him one of the most powerful financial figures in the world. Unlike the billionaire stereotype of a college dropout genius, Dorrell followed a structured path. He attended the University of New South Wales, one of the top universities in Australia, known for producing some of the world's best financial minds. At UNSW, he studied finance and economics, diving deep into the mechanics of money, investments, and global markets. While other students dreamed of working for big banks, Dorrell was already thinking bigger. He wanted to control the banks. His ability to analyze risks, predict market movements, and understand financial systems set him apart. But talent alone doesn't make billionaires. Hard work and strategic thinking do. Fresh out of university, Dorrell didn't have instant success. He had to prove himself in the cutthroat world of finance. His first big opportunity came when he joined Macquarie Group, a global investment bank known for handling massive infrastructure and financial deals. Macquarie wasn't just any bank. It was the perfect training ground for someone like Dorrell. The bank specialized in big money deals, asset management, and infrastructure investments. Exactly the areas where he would later build his empire. During his time at Macquarie, Dorrell honed his skills in mergers, acquisitions, and investment strategies. He learned how to move money not just for profit, but for power. He worked on multi-billion-dollar deals, managing infrastructure projects, energy assets, and financial investments. But while others at Macquarie were content with climbing the corporate ladder, Durrell saw an even bigger opportunity. He realized that the real power wasn't in working for the world's biggest financial firms. It was in owning them. In 2012, after years of mastering the financial world at Macquarie, Durrell made his move. He co-founded Stonepeak, an investment firm that would go on to control assets worth over $72 billion. Unlike traditional investment firms that focused on stocks and bonds, Stonepeak dominated infrastructure, the backbone of economics. Durrell understood that whoever controls energy, transportation, and essential industries controls the world. And that's exactly what he set out to do. Stonepeak started small, but under Durrell's leadership, it quickly grew into a global financial powerhouse. Governments, corporations, and entire industries depended on the decisions he made. While most billionaires chase fame, Durrell built an empire that few people even know exists. And that's what makes him so powerful. Michael Durrell didn't just build a company. He built a financial empire that controls essential industries worldwide. While most billionaires invest in flashy tech startups, he focused on infrastructure, the foundation of modern society. Roads, energy, transportation, communication networks. These are the industries that truly matter, and Stonepeak dominates them. Since its founding in 2012, Stonepeak has grown into a giant. Today, it manages over $72 billion in assets, making strategic investments in sectors that directly impact the way we live, work, and move. Unlike hedge funds that play with stock markets, Stonepeak controls real physical industries, power grids, data centers, shipping ports, and even renewable energy projects. This level of control is far more powerful than simply owning a business. If you control energy, you control entire cities. If you control data, you control the internet. If you control transport, you control global trade. Durrell and Stonepeak don't just invest. They dictate the flow of money, resources, and influence. Stonepeak isn't just big, it's everywhere. The firm has acquired or invested in critical infrastructure across North America, Europe, and Asia. Some of its major investments include energy and power, telecommunications, and transportation. Each of these sectors is critical to daily life, and Stonepeak's influence over them makes Michael Durrell one of the most powerful men on the planet. What makes Stonepeak even more dangerous is how quietly it moves. Unlike Wall Street firms that chase headlines, Stonepeak operates in the shadows. It acquires assets strategically, ensuring that governments and corporations depend on its infrastructure without realizing how much power it holds. By focusing on long-term investments, Stonepeak doesn't just profit, it controls the industries it enters. Governments and major corporations may think they're just working with an investment firm, but in reality, they're handing over the keys to critical infrastructure. While billionaires like Musk and Bezos dominate social media, Durrell's influence is hidden, but far greater. The world runs on the industries he controls, and without Stonepeak, entire economies could collapse overnight. This is why Michael Durrell isn't just rich. He's one of the most powerful men alive. Michael Durrell is not just a financial mastermind. He is a man who understands that real power comes with responsibility. While he operates in the shadows of the business world, his personal life and philanthropy show another side of his influence. Unlike billionaires who make big donations for publicity, Durrell gives strategically, just like he invests. One of his most well-known acts of philanthropy was his donation to the NRL team, Cronulla Sharks. While it might seem just like a sports sponsorship, Durrell's move was deeper than that. Rugby in Australia is more than just a game, it's a cultural force. By backing a team like the Sharks, he wasn't just supporting sports, he was investing in a symbol of local pride and identity. It was a power move that strengthened his ties to the community while staying largely unnoticed by the global media. But his giving doesn't stop at sports. Darrell has also supported education, healthcare, and infrastructure projects, using his wealth to shape the world the way he sees fit. While he isn't the type to give away billions in flashy charity events, his donations create long-term impact, just like his business decisions. Unlike billionaires who flaunt their yachts and private islands, Darrell lives in quiet luxury. His wealth gives him access to anything money can buy, but he chooses to remain under the radar. No constant social media updates, no red carpet appearances. Just a life of power behind the scenes. His interests reflect his personality. Calculated, strategic, and deeply rooted in long-term influence. He is known to enjoy rugby, investments in emerging industries, and strategic philanthropy that ensures his influence lasts beyond his own lifetime. While most billionaires focus on fame and recognition, Darrell focuses on control. With his power over infrastructure, energy, and telecommunications, he has the ability to shape economies and influence governments. Imagine what would happen if Darrell shifted his wealth into clean energy, artificial intelligence, or global education. He could redefine entire industries overnight. Unlike politicians who answer to voters or celebrity billionaires who answer to their public image, Darrell answers only to strategy and power. His influence is quiet, but unstoppable. He is the type of billionaire who doesn't need attention, because real power doesn't need to be seen to be felt. And that's what makes him the most dangerous man you've never heard of. That brings us to the end of this video. What do you think? Is Michael Darrell a man we should all pull more attention on, or is he pulling our attention away from him deliberately? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss another shocking revelation.